But yeah, TY still did decide to compete in these qualifiers as well. So again, you never really go. It's great to see him return. And here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkyone, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Club Envy. It is DRG. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent playing on his barcode, but you can see here his clan tag. It is the South Korean Terran player for Kwangdong Freaks, TY. Hold on, I'll fix it up. Hold on. I'll get on it. Bam, there we go. Whew. Selling into our TvZ. Now, we have been casting quite a bit of TY this past year. You know, he's one of the ex-military players that returned to StarCraft. And TY, he's had some moments of brilliance, but he's never really been able to break into the upper echelons of the Korean Terran scene. I'm referring to players like Gumiho, players like Maru, players like Kyor, players like Byun. The top 4 of Terran in Korea has still kind of been unbroken, and TY, again, he's had moments, he's had some really good performances and really good series, but consistency, right? That's what TY has been lacking for the most part, which I imagine is why he did announce his retirement. But regardless, like, he's still a very amazing player, and I'm a big fan myself. I'm here for it, I'm ready for it, and I'm excited to see a 2-Rax Reaper opener. Let's go. We saw this earlier today from Byun, now we're seeing it here from TY. 2-Rax Reaper. Now, the goal of this build is to contain. Fun fact, this was also performed by Byun on this map on Alkyone against Rogue. And this opener is designed to contain the Zerg player to 2 bases. As I say that, DRG opening up gasless. Oh my god. Who do I want to favor? Who do I want to favor here? Okay, so it's going to be 2-Rax Reaper out of TY. This should be leading to a third straight into a natural base, into a CC on the low ground. And again, this is designed to deny this third to contain the Zerg player to 2 bases and to get ahead economically. But because DRG went for a gasless opener, there's no gas, which means faster third base. He gets his third, but his zinc speed is going to be delayed. This is going to be a very interesting dynamic. The Reaper has arrived. We do get eyes on the third hatchery. We dip into the main. Queen should be on the way. Until then, though, the Lings are under fire. Reaper going to be dancing with these Lings, looking to trade, looking to pick some of them off. So far, so good. DRG does save them. Does save them, does pull back. As the Queen is about to pop out, the drones are going to be saved as well. One drone goes down. Queen does come in from the low ground. TY forced out, and with these Queens, we should be able to hold on. Behind this, TY going for a third CC before even Factory. So a very greedy follow-up here, as he sees the greed of his opponent and wants to catch up. So straight into a third CC. TY does get into the main, gets another drone. Very nice pickup. And honestly, TY can keep doing this. Like, there's no link speed. There's no gas. Without link speed, these Reapers, they should not die. As long as they're off of creep, they should be able to just dance with this army, dance with these units. They are taking hits from the Queens, but only from the Queens as all the Lings are in position. One Reaper goes down. TY does overextend. Here extends, forced out of the third. DRG does hold. Now, as I was like going into this tangent about how TY is, our ex-military player and has yet to really break into the scene again, the same can be said for DRG. DRG, likewise, returning from the military over a year ago at this point, I believe, and he's been doing well for himself. Like, DRG, like, there have been weeks where he takes down players like Dark, he takes down players like Hero and Classic. The problem is, again, consistency. Being able to do that consistently, even. The fact that DRG has been struggling to really maintain that form and bring down these bigger names on a more regular basis. It is something that DRG has been lacking, and yeah, he's actually in a similar boat to TY, I would say. He's in a similar boat. I do compare them to each other. Roachwarren has been thrown down, has been hidden from the eyes of TY. Now, to be fair, gasless builds usually lead into Roach play. So TY should be aware that this is a big possibility. He just hasn't confirmed, as he's going for a Hellbat push with Blue Flame. He's playing mech. Oh my god. Armory is on the way for Hellbats. Blue Flame is on the way. We're getting into double factory production. TY making it up here against DRG. And TY, one of those few players out there not afraid to whip out the mech. I mean, to say that mech has been more popular as of late, especially in the last map pool. We saw in the last patch, we saw Maru, Björn also play mech, Kira as well. All the Korean Terrans did embrace it in one way or another. Post-patch, a little bit less so. As the Hellions, they bypass the Roaches. Roaches are being kept busy, and the Hellions are going straight for the mineral line. What's at home to defend? What's at home? There's nothing. There's slow links to defend. They're going to get annihilated. Blue Flame still in the way. Bit of an anti-timing. 6 drones go down. And we have Game Heart. Let's go. The Roaches are chased down. We get 9 drones in the main base and even more. So much less mining time here from DRG. And we still have 3 Hellions in the main. 11 drones going for 12. Going for 13. 14 drone kills. At the same time, the Marines, they force back the Roaches. They shut them down. And TY not looking too bad here. As I say that, DRG droning up heavily, trying to resaturate his bases. Now, because DRG is droning, that delays everything else. It means gases are late, Evo chambers are delayed, upgrades as well. The overall army supply, DRG is stuck at home redroning. And TY is freely taking his third. Is freely taking his third base. Now going to be saturating. TY can't really be too active. He can be active with Hellions, but not much else. The reason why, it's mech. You know, we're getting into our tank production. We're going to be turtling up. It's going to be a longer game. It's we're in for a longer one, Papi. Raxes are floating out to get vision, get eyes on any kind of move out from DRG. DRG's droning. And the game is going to slow down. Oh boy. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. As Blue Flame kicks in, we'll be able to shut down the creep. Scan into the main confirms at least the lair, but not much else. This scan was ideally looking for the Infestation Bit or Spire. We can see that an Infestation Bit has been thrown down here at the natural. Now, depending on the style of mech, because it's a more traditional form of mech, I would not be opposed to Swarm Host. Swarm Host can do well here. We've seen Dark make use and overwhelm meching players with Swarm Host before. But this is not your traditional form of mech. It is tank, yes, tank Hellion into Banshee. Here we go. Hyperflight Rotors on the way. Speed Banshees are on the horizon. I'm loving the safety missile turret. So this turret is in position for Roaches. In case tunneling for Roaches try to get in, we have a turret in position. And there it is, 11 Swarm Hosts on the way. It does make sense. Against a more slower style of mech, Swarm Hosts can do well. They can struggle against Battle Mech, which is Hellion Cyclone. And I would say that they can also struggle against Mass Banshee as well, depending on how many Banshees we do invest in. So far, 0 Banshees from TY. Interesting. Very interesting. Behind this, we're getting into our double armory. We do have Thors on the way. There we go. Banshee just now started. We did make a medevac, which was curious. Okay, we're going for a Hellion drop. Very interesting here from TY. Now, this medevac does mean that his Banshee production is delayed. But, hey, the Hellion drop has potential. Here we go. Here come the Nidus. Here come the Swarm Host. Marines, they shut down Overlord towards the left-hand side. Nidus has finished. Swarm Hosts are on the way. And this third base is looking exposed. Tanks are repositioning, but we're going for the mineral line. We're going for the CC. We do have some Blue Flame Hellions. And what do we go for? We dive on the tanks. One tank goes down. Can we get a second? Not quite. Only the one tank. Good defense here by TY. First Ravager pushing in. Meanwhile, the drop does bypass DRG. DRG is maxed out. There's nothing at home. Nothing at home to defend. Drones are going down. Roaches, they race back. We get 5 worker kills. And we pick up 5 drones. TY gets the hell out of there. At the same time, DRG rotating around with his Roach Rav. Pushing in. That Banshee going ham. But there is anti-air. There are Queens. And we're pushing into the tanks. Some of these tanks left unsieged. They're late to siege, but once they do, they annihilate the roaches. Oof. That was a rough trade for DRG. He bled out a lot of roaches there. And he got like, what, 2 tanks? Just got the 2 tanks. Nice one, finishing up on the right-hand side. Files, they take down another tank. Not bad. As TY is getting up to his 4-base setup. What's he on? 82 workers. He has a higher worker count here than DRG. He has a better economy. The pressure is on Dongregoo here to push in. The planetary is not done. SCVs. SCVs are going down. Nidus on the right-hand side gets caught. Shut down the Nidus. But we get 9 worker kills and we deny the 4th. We even force a cancel on the planetary. Big delay. Very necessary here from DRG. Very necessary. Rotating back around. Ooh, the tanks are sieged though. That's some big tank shots going up. A lot of roaches do fall. With the help of the Locust Wave, can we break through? Do collapse here on the tanks. We do focus one of them down. Not worth it. Once again, DRG pushing into an entrenched position. Doesn't work out at all. TY does hold. Re-establishing his 4th. Planetary will finish. He's still got a high worker count plus mules. Still has the superior economy. So he can remax, can rebuild. Getting into cloak for his Banshees. Okay. Making 2 Banshees at a time with double Star Pro production. Let's go. Another Locust Wave being set up. Good tank shots. That's the Locust Wave diving on top of the tanks. Hellbats are in position. Roach, they push forward as well. We take down a Thor. We take down some of the tanks. A much better fight here for DRG. He gets, what, 3 tanks? But he bleeds out his roaches. Again, the problem here with these fights with DRG is not the Locust Waves, but he's been committing hard with his Roach Ravager, and every single fight he resets his Roach Ravager count, and now he's rebuilding 24 more Roaches. DRG is burning through his bank. Does have a gold base, that's helping, that is true. But every single fight just throws away all of his Roaches. TY trading very efficiently. Working on 3-2, working on his vehicle upgrades. As soon as they take a 5th base. Is lifting up his main, landing it as a 5th. Bold move. So you have him rewarding Force of Banshees. How many Banshees? 7 in total. Not bad. As this time TY is out of position, the tanks, they have to re-siege. And they're caught out. For the Hellbats, they clean up the Locust Wave. The Ravager, they bust into the 3rd. They take down some depots. Again, the tanks are not where they need to be. Only 1 tank within range. Much better fight here for DRG. Takes down the Hellbats, takes down the tank. And another. Yeah, TY just not ready for this rotation. Again, he left most of his army towards the north. We'll clean this up with his Banshees. But that was maybe the best fight that DRG has had in the last 5 or so minutes. Even more than that. Maybe the entire game. Oh, as he's still leading out units here to the Banshees. Chase down the Roach Ravager and the Locust Wave on the way. Looks like we will take down one of the tanks, at least one. Tank goes down. Better reinforcement wave here from TY. DRG has remaxed. And we're taking up into Hydras. Interesting. I would have assumed that this would lead into a Spire into Corruptors and Broodlords. That would be ideal. Instead, DRG is making use of his upgrades, going into, looks to be Hydra Lurker. It looks to be a transition into Hydra Lurker. TY pushing onto creep, deep onto creep. And DRG has to respond. As TY, he's pushing all his way towards the gold. Doesn't deny any kind of mining here at the gold base. we go. We have Sormos from the left. Roach Hydra on the right. We're getting ready for a surround. That is a lot of Banshees. Here come the Parabombs. Parabombs blinding that as well. Forcing back the army. That's a kill on the hatchery. 15 drones as well. DRG knocked down to 55 workers. But he is maxed. He has a maxed out army. Waiting for more Ravagers. We're getting ready for the surround. Here comes the Locust Wave. A Locust Wave from behind. A blinding clap from the front. And DRG just collapses on this army. He's going to clean everything up. And TY did overextend. He took down the gold, but wanted more. And with that, the entire tank army gets cleaned up. The Thors as well. And TY's in trouble. TY, he is in trouble right now. Being forced all the way back home. He has 3 tanks on the high ground. Now 4, not bad. DRG rotating around, instead going for the CC. It's not a planetary, it's the main. He actually hasn't scouted this, but now he will. And he will shut down this base. Locust Wave coming in, we're diving on top of the tanks! And again, the tanks are exposed, they go down one after the other. We shut down the mineral line as well, and TY, he has been broken. Tanks falling one after the other. They're being piled down. 41 SCVs fall. And DRG barely has enough to clean everything up. And he's going to take down another base. We can see TY scanning, trying to get a read on the economy. TY is down to 3 CCs. GG gets called, and DRG will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Momentum started swinging in favor of DRG. Remember when he hit the third? When he was able to rotate around, hit the third base? And that was the moment when TY, he missed the rotation. He was late to rotate with it, to siege up. He left all of his tanks at his 4th base. He was caught out of position. That was the moment when DRG was able to actually take a good fight. And from there, gain momentum, max out as well. Tech up into Hydras. GG. GG, well played. On top of that, the move out from TY was also a little bit ambitious as well, to like push deep onto creep, to kill a base, and to stick around as well. It was a rough moment for TY, but at that point the dominoes were already starting to fall one after the other, and with that, DRG does take a lead, and the pressure is now on TY to bounce back. The pressure is on. Here we go. What other best of 3 are we going to see tonight? Most likely this will be our last one tonight. Our last qualifying match. There's 3 more qualifying matches, but I'm not so certain we have the time to cast it all. Just because OC King of the Hill is in 45 minutes. It is right around the corner. I would also love to like quickly get something to eat as well. Yo, is that Vodge in the chat? Oh my god. The tennis extraordinaire himself. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Is that the OG Vodge? It is. Oh my god. Papi. That's a name I haven't seen in a long time. For those who are unaware, Vodge, he is a New Zealand caster from way back in the day. Used to cast alongside Anansi. This was back in what, 2017? I want to say long time ago. 2017, 2018. I don't know if Vodge is still there, but a big shout out to Vodge. I did actually see Vodge log into StarCraft a couple of days ago. So, a blast from the past. Regardless, here we go. We're settling into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Site Delta. We have our South Korean Zerg player, our Red Zerg, representing Club NV, leading the series 1-0. It is DRG. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, going for a proxy across the map. Vamonos, papi. We have the South Korean Terran player, the ex-military Terran, representing the Kwangdong Freaks. It is TY. Here we go. Sorry, just setting up the name here to deal with the barcode. There we go. And here it is. The 2 racks is on the way. TY investing into 2, not quite into 3. Going for the gas guys behind this. Overlord Scout is coming in, and DRG, it looks like he will not scout this. Actually, it's going to be close. He will spot the SCV, potentially. Up, it's on the edge. It's just barely on the edge there. And DRG, he will not scout. He will get eyes on the SCV, on both of them, just barely for 1 second. Was that enough? It is a hatch gas pool, standard opener out of DRG. SCVs are moving in. Overlord does confirm, does spot it. And it is 2 racks Marine. Now, with this, DRG has to fight for his natural. He has to fight. He has to pull the boys. Has to make sure these bunkers do not get up and running. And DRG being very proactive. Does deny those bunkers. Does force the SCVs back. Does force them back. Bunkers on the way. It was delayed. Lings are in production. Queens as well. And DRG, he's bought a lot of time. Has bought a lot of time. Hasn't lost any drones yet. Collapsing on top of the Marines. Up. Drones are being targeted down. Good stutter stepping here by TY. Does get 3 drones. Gets a 4th drone towards the end. But the bunker is cancelled and DRG will hold. DRG, he will hold on. Pulling back. The Queens have arrived. And now we can drone. Now we can safely drone and TY is transitioning back at home. Ooh. We're calming things down, man. Calming things down. Yeah, I was catching up in the chat. Storm hosts are just sad now. Storm hosts, they're a very niche unit. They're very niche. They have their place against specific styles of mech. They also have their place against specific styles of Protoss. Specifically, Charge or Archon. If we went for a Twilight Council follow-up, it's a Charge instead of Link. But outside of those 2 scenarios, we rarely do see Swarm Host. That's very nice stutter stepping here. Ooh, TY cleaning up every single Ling. 10 Lings go down for 5 Marines. Pretty good trade. Good trade there by TY. Barely holding on, expanding behind this. Working on his transition, floating back towards his main. Even hoping to hunt down this Overlord, but these Marines are so low. It's going to be close. Oh, can we get it? Not quite. The Overlord is going to be saved. And we're going to be calming things down and getting into a longer game. DRG saturating his natural, droning on up. Likewise, so is TY. So is TY. And when it comes to the follow-up, we're going to be going into, interesting, we're going to be going into a bit of a Hellion drop. I mean, I say that. Medevac is on the way for drop play. Hellions in production as well. Quite an aggressive follow-up here. And if DRG is too greedy, he won't have enough to defend. We'll see how this all comes together. There we go. We keep the Marines at home. Hellions are moving out. Only 2. Oh, sorry. 4 in total. We do reinforce. And what does DRG have to defend? Ling speed is finishing up. We have 6 Lings to defend. How many Queens? 4 Queens as well. The Queens are in position at the 3rd. We're not in the main. Uh-oh. And here comes TY. Going straight for that main base. Do you have a handful of Lings? Is it going to be enough? And we go straight for the mineral line. Straight for the kill. Drones are forced away. And decent control out of DRG. Does put up his drones, but some of them are lining up. 8 drones go down. Oh my god. 8 drones go down. The medevac getting very low. But TY does manage to escape. Does slip away. 2 Hellions for 8 drones. Well worth it. A solid trade there for TY. Behind this, we have the armory. Interesting. We're going for a follow-up Hellbat push. Okay. We have Marines, Stim. Going for an add-on stop? Are we going to be switching the starport with the factory to get into more Hellions? We are! Oh my god, okay! I have not seen this! Going for reactor and medevac, going back into reactor to Hellion just for the Hellbat push. Very interesting, very unique. Feels very off the cuff, but I'm all for it. And this is going to be so unexpected as well. So what do we have at home to defend? No Banelings. No Banelings, but we do have a Roach Warren. Roach Warren going to be crucial here in the defense for the eventual Hellbat push. As Hellions are amassing. Double drop moving out towards that third. Towards that third base, clearing up quite a bit of creep here on the way. A lot of streamers going down. Here come the Hellions. The armory is done, and here come the Hellbats. And where are the Roaches? Nowhere to be found. One queen gets targeted, second queen as well. The Hellbats have arrived, just zoning the army away from that third, chasing it down actually. They're chasing down the queens. The Roaches, they're just barely coming out in time. And is it going to be enough? Queens are falling one after the other. More Hellbats are morphing in. And it looks like TY, he's taking down every single queen. Can he get the drones though? That's the question. Can he break through into the mineral line? It looks like he can. Takes down the final queen. Stimming on forward once again. Going for the drones. Going for the Roaches. Oh, the Hellbats. The Hellbat shots. Massive connections here on the drones. 5 workers go down and we snowball out of control. DRG bleeding out far too much. The drones are stacking. And the barbecue is real. 16 drones go down. 22. Every single worker in the natural. And that is brutal. And we're still not done. We have reinforcements rallying towards the third. We have 2 Hellions in the main. TY just reinforcing, consolidating his army. Bringing everything back together. And we're pushing once again. How many roaches do we have? 9. 9 roaches left. Down to 8. Hellions coming back into the main. Hellbats coming into the main. And DRG is distracted. More drones getting roasted. Again, such a unique build here out of TY to go for Reactor and Medevac, to go back into Reactor and Hellion. Like, this Hellbat push caught DRG completely off guard. I mean, it caught me off guard. Like, I was shocked to see the add-on swap. With that, TY backs off. And TY now has an economic lead. Third CC is on the way. Third orbital, I should say, is on the way. He's up in workers plus mules, so he has pretty substantial economic lead overall. DRG is redroning. Getting into +2. Trying to recover. Still not saturated on 3 bases. And TY's in the driver's seat. Behind this, doubling down on aggression, getting into tank production, liberators as well. Should be landing his third momentarily. And we're getting ready for our next push. Now, DRG isn't out of this yet. Depending on how much he does drone, if he's able to focus on roach production, he can maybe hold on against the follow-up push. There we go. 8 roaches in production. Ravagers are amassing as well. We still have those Hellbats in the main. And we have even Hellbats hit towards the natural. Oh my god. TUI ready for a tri-pronged attack. Yeah, Sims on forward, does focus on some roaches. Gets 2. Doesn't pull the trigger. Not yet. Not committing. Doesn't quite commit. There we go. Drop being set up here from TY. Behind this, third base fully operational. Tanks are amassing. The drop does get in. Yeah, both into the main and the natural. DRG does react in time. Good reactions out of DRG. I was hoping for the bio army to hit the third at the same time as well, but yeah, just 2 drops for now. Gets 3 drones, an okay amount of damage. And the medevacs will get the hell out of there. Instead, TY calming things down, working towards 3-3. 4th CC has started up as well at the natural. has started up. DRG going for his own Roach Ravager push is spotted by TY. I imagine DRG's just posturing. He should just be poking in, then backing off. Trying to buy time as Liberator gets across the map, takes down the Queen. May get a second Queen as well. Gets two. Two Queens go down at the same time. DRG, he commits into tanks. Oh god, this is not it. Pushing into 4 tanks. GG gets called. DRG runs into a brick wall. And TY ties up the series 1-1. GG. We have a series. We have an ace match. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. Again, TY coming out with a very unique build. Able to pop off, able to shut DRG down, pull him apart. And we've seen quite a bit here from TY. Game 1, we saw mech. Game 2, we had a proxy into bio, into a unique style of bio. What do we have in store for us in Game 3? What do we have left? Let's find out. Let us find out. Wish TY would focus on SC2 instead of Brood War. Always fun game with him. Fun games with him. Yeah, like that's the dream, right? I wish so as well. I mean, the flip side, of course, is that TY, I'm sure his stream is really popular, right? It's like, I'm sure he's got a lot of fans, a lot of viewership in Korea. I know his initial plan was to do both. But he has been focusing a lot more on Brood War. But, you know, we'll see if he can go even further here. We'll see. He's that much closer to qualifying for GSL. And if he does, I mean, that's good reason to focus a lot more on StarCraft 2 instead of Brood War. I mean, we'll see. Terrans, they love barbecue parties. I'm jealous, Bobby. I want some barbecue myself. I'm starving. Pretty sure that Liberator finished the third Queen earlier. Finished that third Queen either. It's possible. It's very possible. I mean, mate, we were popping off. And here we go. We're getting into the ace match and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn. We have our South Korean Zerg player being forced into the ace match. The red Zerg representing Club NV. It is DRG. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing the Kwangdong Freaks. It is TY. Overlay is out of whack. It's fine. Yeah. It's all good. It's because TY is playing on a barcode, so you can see here. I'm manually covering the barcode with his name. That's why. And he also switched sides. He switched from top to bottom now. So I'm getting on top of it. We're all TY now. We're all TY. Everyone's TY. As we're settling in, is going to be, for now, no proxy. Let's go. The Rax is back at home for TY. Likewise, DRG going for a hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of DRG. And looks to be the same from TY. Does look to be the same. For a moment there, I was getting deja vu, and I was remembering what Bjorn did earlier today against Rogue, and I was like, SCV Scout, he's crazy. He's going for a Worker Scout, thankfully. Not pulling a Bjorn, so TY, he will be aware of what DRG is up to, whether there's a faster pool, faster gas, making sure that everything is on the up and up, making sure that everything is as it should be. Just getting into his setup back at home, looking to be a 1-1-1 opener. I imagine going to be going for a third CC before Starport. Do imagine. As yeah, we're just kind of easing away here into game number 3. This is going to be the chillest and most calmest game out of all 3 games so far. Like, we've had some very aggressive builds in game 1, game 2, and in game 3, but sorry, game 1 and game 2. But here in game 3, we're calming things down, getting to our third hatchery here, into our 3-base setup. TY back at home. Interesting. Okay, our first point of deviation. I assumed it was going to be a third CC before Starport, but no, I was wrong. It's going to be a 1-1-1 instead. A much more aggressive build out of TY. Okay. So with this is going for a delayed third, delayed economy. Going to be much more in the face of his opponents, rushing into Banshees, into more Hellions, into a stronger commitment. And this would shut down Roach play. If DRG were to open up Roaches, and if he were to try to go for a Roach push, then TY would be quite prepared for it. There's the add-on swap to get into Banshees. Okay. And there it is, Banshee production has commenced. Hellions to get across the map towards that third base. Just confirming that it is on the way. So far, so good. TY just keeping tabs on DRG. Threading that natural, but we have Lings in position, Queens as well. DRG holds. Does hold on. Soon to be saturating his third. Still on a low queen count, which is concerning. Still only on 4 queens, now working on his 5th. And there's that third CC on the way. We don't delay it for too much longer, but it has still been delayed. There is a lot of pressure and a lot of onus on TY to get damage done. He's repairing his Hellions, is moving out once again, and he needs to get damage done. Meanwhile, DRG going for a Balin S first. Interesting. This is designed to hard counter a Hellbat push. So it is a safety Balin S first before the lair. So a very safe build here out of DRG. Will keep him safe against Hellbats. And we can see that there is no Hellbat build here from TY. So DRG being a little bit inefficient and just playing scared, playing safe. Is playing it out safe here. Hellions are moving out, Banshees are amassing. Going for... Okay. I don't know if you saw, for a moment there, Interference Matrix was being researched, and I was shocked. Okay, we do cancel it. Going for the add-on stop. Hellions have arrived. Balins finishes. We have some safety Balings on the way. Spore Crawlers as well. DRG playing very safe here. Going for a Spore in between the bases. There we go. Banshee coming in for that third. Lair is on the way. Again, the lair has been delayed because of the Baleen Nest. Because of the safety Banelings as well. And we do manage to get a couple of drones. 2 drones go down. We're getting a third drone as well. Banshee's trying to skirt their way out, but it looks like we get a full surround. No detection though. No detection in between the main and the natural. And the Banshees, they will slip away. Just barely. Oh, God. Just barely. At the same time, Overlord gets a full scout. Confirms the bio. Confirms it's not mech. And also gets eyes on the third CC. DRG is fully aware of what's going on. We have Baneling speed on the way. Evo chambers are delayed because of the build from DRG. Upgrades are going to be delayed as well. And we see why we avoid the upgrades for Aspire. We're going into Mutas. Very old school. Not a very popular, not a very common playstyle here. Going into Muta play. Bold choice out of DRG. But again, now we understand why there are no Evo chambers. We're saving the gas for Mutas. Holding onto that gas. TY has yet to scout, yet to confirm. I support DRG since a remarkable win versus Beyond on Stargazers in his final WTL run. DRG, mate, he was on fire in WTL. It was WTL Season 5, 2 seasons ago. The playoffs. Like, DRG, he was the MVP of Abydos. They were Abydos back then. And he carried his team during that playoff run. I was so sad. I was so sad when DRG wasn't there. When he wasn't fielded in their final series, in Abydos' final series in WTL. That was so sad. They needed him, and if he was there, I mean, it could have been a different result. But here we go. The tanks have right. Tanks are exposed. Yeah, the tanks are left exposed, and both tanks should go down. Hellions are here to support. The Banelings do connect, and TY gets forced back. Whew. Solid defense there from DRG, and the Mutas are amassing. Mutas are on the way. Mutas are on the way. So far unscouted by TY, but he's reinforcing with more tanks, with more marines. He wants to break this fourth. How many banelings? 8 banelings. Double jump into the main. Mutas are revealed. We now know what's going on. But doesn't matter. We dive on top of the queens. 1, 2 queens go down, and we do get on top of the hatchery. The hatchery is going to fall. Good pickup. DRG completely out of position, by the way. He had an army. He had the Ling Bane to defend, but was distracted by the drop. And with that, DRG gets knocked down to 3 bases. Does have a backup 4th. Mutas dive in. They do get targeted. 1, 2, 3 Mutas go down. But we clean everything up. Do clean everything up. Detection was delayed, but we shut down the Banshees. And this is getting scrappy. This is getting very back and forth. Looking at the units lost tab. 31 Marines, 3 tanks. What did we get? We got a base, we got some queens, we traded with Lings, but we did not touch the economy. DRG, he's on 82 drones. He has a solid worker count. A solid economy. And he should be able to max out. And TY, he's stuck at home. DRG, he has all the map control he could ever want. Has to still be careful with these Mutas. They're quite fragile. Does have to be careful here as the Mutas are going to be rotating around. TY pushing on the left-hand side. Does move out towards the left as the Mutas hit the right. Here we go, as TY moves out on the left-hand side, DRG going for a big backstab. Going for a counterattack, but we have Marines in position. Plenty in position, actually. The Lings are getting annihilated. The Mutas, they still hold on. But trading with the Marines is not a good trade for DRG. Oof. 1, 2, 3 Mutas go down. TY continuing his push. Not being slowed down, but there are Banelings to defend, thankfully. DRG does have Banelings. Collapsing on these reinforcements. Catching a tank. Yeah, forcing TY back home. Does force him back. Again, we're trying to break into that mineral line. We do get in. The SCVs. No. Boys are being pulled away. 11 SCVs go down. And the Mutas, they bust into the natural. TY's economy is being crippled. Yeah, 23 workers go down. DRG snowballing out of control. Pulling TY apart left and right. And what does TY have left? He's down to half the worker count. 41 SCVs. 42 SCVs even. He does have an army. But DRG, he's massing Ling Bane behind this. Getting ready to defend. TY does have a comparable army size. He can still make this work. He can try. We're down to 1 final tank. The Baneling connections are too good. GG gets called, and DRG cleans up the army, shuts TY down, and DRG qualifies for GSL. GG. Oh, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Dongray Gu. He still got it, Papi. He still got it. Another ex-military player here has yet to really break into the scene once again, but he's had these moments. He's had some solid performances, and DRG will once again be joining the rest of our fellow players here in GSL. Congratulations. Congratulations, Papi. Congratulations. My condolences to TY, but TY, he still has another chance. He gets knocked down to a lower bracket qualifying match. He will have another opportunity to bounce back. I believe we'll have another opportunity, but regardless, congratulations to DRG. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up our GSL broadcast here for tonight. I know, there's still 3 qualifying matches left. We're almost done. We're getting there. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we have some more StarCraft to cast. We have a tournament that's starting up in 20 minutes. In 22 minutes, we are starting up with OSC King of the Hill. So, unlikely that we can squeeze in another qualifying match before OSC King of the Hill. So, we have to cut the GSL broadcast short here for now. And we're going to be finishing the GSL broadcast tomorrow. Tomorrow, before WTL, we're going to be going live with the GSL qualifiers 24 hours from now, and we'll be wrapping up the final qualifying matches. I do apologize. I know that yesterday I said that we were going to cast everything today, but I did forget that we also had OSC King of the Hill. So I do apologize for that. For those that are curious, what the hell is OSC King of the Hill? It is a tournament run by OSC, run by the kind of an oceanic organizer who's been hosting tournaments for many years. OSC is a big part of StarCraft. They host the OSC Championships, which is basically the online finals for online tournaments. A lot of StarCraft going on. And the OSC King of the Hill is similar to StarCraft King of the Hill, or the StarCraft King of the Hill. We're basically 15 players. We have 15 players, and they duke it out in a best-of-1 format. The winner stays on, the loser is eliminated from the tournament, and many more rise to the challenge to knock down that king and to become the King of the Hill themselves. So 15 best-of-1s, back-to-back. 15 players are going to be showcased, and we're going to be going on a short break. I'm starving. I need some food. We're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be coming back in 20 minutes with OSC King of the Hill. See you then. If you were only interested in GSL, you know, I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. We'll understand if you do leave us. The stream is going to stay up. It's going to stay up. We're going to be switching our overlays and getting ready for OSC. So see you guys in 20 minutes. Going to quickly get some food, and we'll be back. See you then.